Hi there, and welcome to the Ajax Diaries, brought to you by One Football App. Yes, we're in the Champions League. We have a chance right now to seal our fate. Can we make it through to the next round? I think we should be able to because Ajax play Atletico Madrid, both clubs top of the table. Bayern Munich in big danger of going through. So what they really need is a win over Besiktas and for us to beat Atletico Madrid. That's not really a priority for us. We want to avoid defeat to Atletico Madrid, but it's gonna be interesting. Feyenoord, well, they're out of the Champions League, I guess. They lost twice to PSG and got thumped by Juventus away from home. So the only other Dutch club now is gonna be Ajax. Liverpool, Sevilla. Liverpool have topped the table here nicely. Barcelona, Chelsea. Barcelona and Chelsea level on points, but Barcelona finished out of the table. Here, PSG and Juventus, not surprising. PSG have done pretty well in the Champions League, beating Basel, Feyenoord, and then Juve. Juve did okay, defeating PSG at home 3-0. Pretty big result. Uh, Meanwhile, in Group F, Monaco, Manchester City, well, they lost to RBL away and AS Monaco. AS Monaco, 5 wins on the trot. 5 wins in the Champions League is quite a lot. Celtic, look at this. Celtic in Group G, topping the table, 9 points. They could still make it into the next round. It depends on who Celtic actually play. This is going to be tough for Celtic. They have to travel away to Portugal, and if they can beat this team, they should be able to go through, but it's not going to be easy. A draw will be enough for them, I reckon. They are through. Mathematically, they should be through because Spurs need to be Spartak Moscow, or Spartak Moscow need to beat Spurs, one way or the other. Both teams in with this is going to be a big match for them. Meanwhile, last but not least, we've got United and Real Madrid. Napoli, very sad. Napoli lost away to FC Copenhagen as well. Wow. Top scorers in this competition. Who the hell is Piero Sotiru? 24-year-old Cypriot, contracted to FC Copenhagen, valued at 1.3 million, has already scored 9 goals in the Champions League. What the heck is going on with this chap? FC Copenhagen. Okay. Wow. All right. They lost. They only won once. So this must have been in the. Wow. Okay. 9 goals, 6 appearances in the European Champions Cup, and I wonder which games he scored these goals in. 9 goals here in the European Champions Cup. 3 assists. This must have been in the qualifying run up, right? They must have calculated all these goals there as well in the group stages. I think, that's a lot of goals for him to be scoring. I was pretty surprised. But if you look at Copenhagen in this group, they've only won once and they have lost 4 times. They haven't scored any goals. Their one win was a 1-0 win, so he must have scored in the qualifying campaign, and they must have included that. Okay, so here we go. What are we going to do? Tactically, this season, Ajax is playing. We have Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. Plan A, away from home when we want to make it hard for teams to beat us, especially the Champions League. We go with a 4-1-3-2. We like using the 4-1-2-1, except I've been tweaking this as I go. Varies, right? Some of the roles might change, but generally this is how I play the 4-1-2-1 with Ajax. I like to use this. I like to start most of my matches with this because I can play quite a few players in this tactic and give a few players a run out. Unfortunately for us, we've lost Siem de Jong to an injury. Nick Verhever, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's out for 4 to 10 days, so he won't be available for our match. And I've got another, I got a 4-3-3 when I need to gun for goals. This is the tactic I turn to. So we've got a few of these tactics. I was able to give this lad, Kemper, a go in our last match. Unfortunately for us, we didn't win our last game. We drew 1-1. Very disappointed with the result. We could have gone 10 wins straight, and that was our nine wins, and we had to stop. So far, there's been a bit of a jinx for us. So I'll quick pick and see what the Assman says. Well, the Assman wants me to play Neres. Neres is injured, so we're not going to go with him. I'm also not going to go with Clivert. Instead, I'm going to push Ziyech up here. And we're going to bring Shune to this position. I'm still struggling to get these names right. We on the right flank, Amin Younes will play on the right flank. Now this thing is, I'm playing this player as an inside forward. Now this is a bit of a bad move on my part, because if I play him as an inside forward, his finishing is 8 and 11. He's gonna come goal side and he's gonna try and score goals, and he's gonna go. But you playing me as an inside forward and I can't score goals, so one gives. So I got Justin Clivert. Well, looks like Clivert will have a chance to play. Amin Younes may be an exciting player, but he just doesn't have the finishing to play in that role at the moment. So he'll play as a good winger. But we'll play Clivert here. Dolberg, Ziyech, Shone, Van der Beek, Christique, Werber, De Ligt, Veltman, and we've got Michel Dykes because our first choice, Verhever, is injured. This is do we need to win this match? I would like to win this match, but if we don't, well, then I guess we'll have to be happy with the result. Well, everything seems set. I'm just very nervous about this match. This match is going to be quite a big match. Drizzle currently in the Amsterdam Arena playing the 4-4-2. The 4-4-2 has been pretty solid in this version of Football Manager. So we're gonna close down this group. Tackle them hard. Tackle hard. Tackle hard. Tackle hard. Tackle hard. We're gonna do this to the whole back line. We're gonna tackle this guy hard, and we're gonna tackle this guy hard. All right. Let's do our team talk. We've done it. End the team talk. Go to the tunnel. Send the assistant again. And we're off. Go down. This is Atletico Madrid version 2. We've played them once before. We did okay. Now we're going to have to try and beat them at home, or at least deny them a win. Shune inside the box. Crosses. Oh, it's so close to being the opening goal inside the first minute. Dolberg. It's a free kick. Godin was shoved by Dolberg. Ajax controlling a fair bit of the game. Onana with the goal kick off to Clivert. Clivert holds the ball up. Christique, Shone, Ziyech with the ball. Plays a soft pass to Shune. Back to Michel Dykes. Van der Beek to Ziyech to Dolberg. Dolberg holds the ball up. Van der Beek looks for Ziyech out on the flanks. They try to clear the danger. Atletico Madrid can't get the ball out of half. Clivert inside the box. What a goal. Ajax have broken through. Ooh, I love this move that they made. This was sweet. The inside forward was in a dangerous position inside the box. Here we go. Christique back to Shune to Van der Beek. Van der Beek looks up and plays it between the lines. Clivert coming in to score. Well, I was worried that David Neres would be missed, but Justin Clivert has come in as brilliantly as the inside forward. Okay, cool. I don't know, people say inside forwards don't really work. They do. Ziyech. Van der Beek. Van der Beek to Shune. Back to Ziyech. Ziyech back to Van der Beek. Ziyech again. Shune. Back to Ziyech. Ziyech to Christique. Christique back to Ziyech. They are pulling them one way in. Clivert again. It's a second goal. Identical. Ticky-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Unlock the right flank. Bang in the goal. Gotta love this, man. This is the tactic working to perfection. It's exactly as I had pictured it. All I want to do is do this overloading on the left side and then free up create those like one-on-one situations where the inside forward can take advantage of it, and Clivert makes it too. And he's also been called into the Dutch side. And the moment he got called up for the Dutch side, played one game, I got this message that said he's now established international. I mean, like, really? One game? You need to be an established international? Then his agent comes knocking on the door. Tick tock, and he wants a new contract. And basically saying no. Hakim Ziyech is upset. I mean, naturally he's upset. Justin Clivert. So I sent Lasha Shune to talk to him. First, got him. At first, I wanted him to fire the agent, but he didn't want to. Clivert inside again could have been his hat trick. But now Clivert is happy with his existing contract. I had the same problem with Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek came to my office and went, I won't. I mean, this rumors were he wanted to leave for Chelsea. So, um, he wanted to talk to me, and instead of talking to him, I decided, well, why doesn't Lasa Shune just go and talk to him? So, when the Beek dropped his concerns about wanting to be transfer listed. That's good. I actually never spoke to them. I just said, by Luca Brazzi. Who's Luca Brazzi? Watch The Godfather. Veltman with the throw to Van de Beek. Van de Beek goes back. Veltman. Well, I really hope we meet Atletico Madrid. I mean, we will never meet Atletico Madrid because teams from the same group cannot meet each other. Yo! Oh man, there I was so happy with the lead, but then we got undone. This is us defending. Christic or Messi defense. Everyone's all over the shop. Okay, they've gone. They've changed tactics. We are gonna stop this. We're gonna play. We're gonna draw a defensive line. We're gonna go structured. We're gonna pass into space. We're not gonna work ball into box. We're gonna stop this, and then if there's any closing down much more, we want to remove it. Let's check. Nope. Remove, and remove. Okay, what about here? We're gonna remove this. We're gonna make sure that we don't do that to them. We don't wanna close them down in their opponent's half. We do not want to make it easy. We do not want to encourage them to hoof the ball up. We want them to play the ball out from the back. Back to Christic, now to Van der Beek, now to Ziyech. Ziyech again, Dolberg. Dolberg has options. You got Clivert in there. Clivert with another chance to make it 3, but he couldn't nail his hat trick. We now have not much time left. Let's just wind down the clock, boys. What a performance from Clivert. A draw in the end. It was a fantastic win. Let's look at the team analysis. Well, who was the kingpin? Again, Lasa Shune, Donny van de Beek, and Hakim Ziyech. Look at this. So these 3 players together control a lot of the play. I mean, we want to forget the purpose. The real reason I'm doing the Ajax save is to develop players. Overall, I have to say that the development of the Ajax team has been quite fantastic because we have a goal here of the key players. They need the ones when I say key, I'm talking about those players I've identified I want to develop, and I really want to pay a lot of attention to their development. Those players are playing a lot of games. Donny van de Beek. He is a player that we have been focusing on. He's developed slowly, but he's been injured twice already so far this season, so I got to be very careful with him. Another player that's been exceptional is Mathis de Ligt. Now his development has been unbelievable. He's shown improvements in nearly every single attribute. In some cases, 2-point improvement in some of the attributes, and this is something else. He is just fantastic is the word. His physical attributes have all improved. I mean, he's young. He's only 19. He's like 19 or less than 21 years old. So you can see nearly every single attribute has shown an improvement, and we're only in December right now. Then we've got I need to start playing I think as well. So if I don't, his attributes won't show development improvements. Michel Dykes, another one who's shown some improvements in his attributes as well. Then we have so many players. Justin Kluivert is starting to show improvements as well. All these players, all their attributes, as you can see even from this mini screen here, fantastic development from Justin Kluivert. Some of these attributes for Kluivert have improved by 2 attribute points. Then we have the one and only Kasper Dolberg. Kasper Dolberg is another beast. Now his attribute has been his development has been superb. If I'm looking at some of the key areas of his game, his crossing, his dribbling, his finishing, his composure, they've all shown improvement. Work rate, everything has gone up. Now, Casper Dolberg, I think there have been 7 or 8 attributes that have improved since we started the season, and it's not been long. I mean, if you look at this, July, August, September, October, November, December, we've got about 5 months of training, and we haven't even touched December yet, and his improvements have been fantastic. My only worry right now are players like the ones who keep getting injured. David Neres played 10 games, keeps getting injured. This guy is another potentially a player who's going to have a lot of development, but I have to nurse him as well because he keeps getting injured. So the whole goal here is for me to nurse these players, right? Manage like 10, 11 games. The goal, and you got to watch the games they play in as well. Quite a number of these players, I bring them in the 45th minute, and they've been playing quite a lot of games because some of my games here at home, like against Roda, I went in there. I started off with the youngsters. I went in there with Nanali, CM De Jong. We had Younes who was playing in this game. We had of course, I want to give Dyke a chance to play. So we go in and we give these youngsters, even the B team players are getting a run in some of my games. I've identified several B team players who I want to see play. Shane Nanali, he has played once for us in the senior team, and then he's also showing some improvement in development. Boy Camper played in one of our matches as well as a central defender, started it and finished the game. Lots of potential. I want to give this guy a chance to play in some of my matches. So the thing here is, if you want to develop your team, if you really want to see their attributes grow, you got to identify them. And more importantly, the reason why I picked these 3 tactics, the 4-1-3-2, the 4-1-2-2-1, and the 4-3-3, I even have a 4-4-1-1, is simple. I can play those players in formations where they are suited, and I can develop them over time. So the next time you want to look at developing your players optimally, think about how you can fit them into a system, because that's what you need to do. And they have to play games, and you need to win those games, right? So there's a big challenge. You just don't bring them into a game. There's a thing in this game. There's a luck factor. There's a term for it as well. There's a technical term that the developers use, but very simply put, there's a luck factor in this game, right? So in order for you to give him a chance to develop, you got to game luck. And how do you game luck? Well, you first up, you got to make sure that they have the right personality. You got to make sure that they get a chance to. You got to tutor them right. Then you got to play them. At least, like from my calculations, about 15 games a season. Not 15 full games, but they have to be in that game for at least 45 minutes. And then the hardest part. This is the hardest part. You gotta make sure you win. And these guys need good ratings. They cannot have low ratings. So you're essentially gaming it. So you take all those areas where they have a chance of developing. You game them right. Then they have a luck factor. The luck factor goes up. Then that because the luck factor can range, there's a factor 1 to factor 5, so you want to get the highest factor so that you get a kind of a multiplier effect in your development of your attributes. So let's say a player can develop 2 attributes or 3 attributes, that maybe for this month he's going to have 5 attributes that develop really well if he maximizes his luck factor. Then you're gonna see some sparkling growth in attributes, and this is how I game my attribute development. It's not hard, but it's not hard to understand, but it's hard to achieve, because you're gonna have to win games. That's the trick, and you're gonna win the games with those youth players in your team. And how do you do it? Well, I found my way. 3 different tactics. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Ajax Diaries. If you have any questions, you can always look me up on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons that continue to support this channel. You guys take care, have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.